Alyson Hannigan has said that becoming a mother changed her, but that's not the only way she's evolved through the years. From hosting competition shows to making millions in real estate, Hannigan is proving she's truly multifaceted. In 1999, Alyson Hannigan began playing Michelle Flaherty, the flute player with the wild side in the hit comedy American Pie.
Because this one time at band camp…
What's your name?
At the time, Hannigan was still appearing on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She would eventually go on to reprise her role in 3 more American Pie movies. Despite the raunchy comedy, the American Pie series also had a lot of heart and sincerity. While reflecting on how her character's relationship with Jim evolved throughout the films, Hannigan told Movie Hole, "It's so sweet, and I love the way they ended up together." Everyone assumed the 3rd film in the franchise, 2003's American Wedding, would be the last movie in the series. Even Hannigan admitted she hadn't envisioned a 4th movie, telling CBS, "Even after the 3rd one, we were like, this is probably it. It's a trilogy. That sounds good." However, in 2012, Hannigan and the original cast surprised everyone by returning in American Reunion. In that film, the friends all got together for their 10-year high school reunion. Hannigan met Alexis Denisof on the set of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 1997, when he began playing the new Watcher, Wesley Wyndham-Pryce. Hannigan was immediately attracted to him, but Denisof was hesitant about jumping into a relationship with her. Hannigan told The Sun, "I was trying to pursue him, but he said he didn't want to date somebody he was working with. We developed a great friendship, and I started dating someone else." After that relationship ran its course, Denisof admitted to having feelings for Hannigan. They started dating in 1999, and before long, we're talking about marriage. Then, in 2001, Denisof proposed while they were taking a road trip through California's wine country. The couple married in October 2003 in an intimate ceremony in Palm Springs. Hannigan told Entertainment Weekly, "It was very small, so a lot of people got nixed. Jason Biggs gave me hell for not being invited." After Buffy the Vampire Slayer ended in 2003, Hannigan was reluctant about signing on for another long-running series. She told Movie Hole, "I had an amazing offer for another 1-hour TV show, and I just couldn't do it because after 7 years of doing the 1-hour schedule, I can't go back into it right now. I would never see my future husband, and so I'm going to explore other things." Rather than starring in a new series, Hannigan began guest starring on a number of popular TV shows, including That 70s Show and Veronica Mars. She also voiced the role of the emotionally unstable student Stacy Gibson on King of the Hill. In 2004, Hannigan starred opposite Luke Perry in a stage adaptation of When Harry Met Sally in London's West End. However, the show left some theatergoers frustrated over the fact that Perry and Hannigan were American. Hannigan addressed these concerns in an interview with The Guardian, telling the outlet, "First of all, this play takes place in New York, so I think it's better with Americans. I don't care if you hate me for doing it. I wanted to come to prove to myself that I could do it." As for the famous "I'll have what she's having" scene from the film, Hannigan admitted, "I've been practicing and I have gotten over the embarrassment factor. Every time I do it, I get more and more confident and bigger and bigger. Now I have to learn how to do it from my diaphragm rather than my throat." Although the play wasn't received well, Hannigan got good reviews for her performance. The Guardian said in its review, "The best thing about A Pointless Evening is Alyson Hannigan, who lends Sally a bright-eyed perkiness." Craig Thomas, one of the creators of How I Met Your Mother, based the role of Lily on his wife Rebecca. Rebecca was a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan and advocated for Hannigan to be cast in the part. But even though Hannigan was the first choice for the role, she still had to audition for it. Hannigan would later admit how stressful the process was, telling the Off the Beat podcast that she's not a great auditioner. But the audition went well enough and she ultimately got the part. Hannigan planned to take time off after Buffy ended. She was a newlywed after all and wanted to make time for her marriage. But when she read the script for How I Met Your Mother, she knew the series was too good to pass up. She would go on to play Lily on the show for a staggering 9 seasons.
It was such a gift to be able to be part of that.
On March 24, 2009, Hannigan and Denisof welcomed their first daughter. Their daughter shares a birthday with Hannigan, making her birth story extra special. A rep for the couple told People, "They're very excited and mom and baby are doing great." Hannigan told Us Weekly that becoming a mother changed her in many ways, while also making her life so much greater. She went on to add, "It filled a void I never knew was there. It's the most amazing experience of my life. I just feel so blessed to get to be on this journey, to be a mommy." Although producers on How I Met Your Mother hid Hannigan's baby bump during her first pregnancy, her second pregnancy was worked into the storyline of Season 7. On May 23, 2012, Hannigan and Denisof welcomed their second daughter, making their family of 4 complete. In 2019, Hannigan joined the Disney family and took on the role of Dr. Ann Possible in the live-action adaptation of Kim Possible. Although Hannigan played a witch who helped save the world in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, this time she took on the role of a mentor, which was a change of pace for her. Hannigan rarely brings her daughters to premieres, but for Kim Possible, she walked the red carpet with her husband and their 2 daughters. The actress even took a moment to talk about how important it was to share a character like Kim Possible with her daughters. She told Red Carpet Report, "As a mom of 2 girls, it's just so wonderful for me to watch them. Like, look up to this kind of a character, you know? I want them to roleplay like the strong, female character that can save the world." Alyson Hannigan has starred in a handful of films over the years, but lately, she's been teaming up with Disney for multiple projects.
It brings such joy to my heart.
In 2021, Hannigan starred as Phyllis in Flora and Ulysses, an adaptation of the beloved children's book. It's a delightful story about a superhero squirrel and the little girl who rescues him. When asked what drew her to the project, Hannigan was enthusiastic, telling Screen Rant, "I was such a fan of the book, I immediately wanted to do it. It was just really exciting to do something that my kids already were familiar with. So it was kind of a no-brainer." Hannigan loved working with Matilda Lawler, who plays Flora in the movie, adding, "She is so talented, she's so professional as well." Additionally, Hannigan said that she wanted audiences to be inspired by the film's message of keeping hope alive, telling Screen Rant, "Because especially now, things can be very dark and overwhelming, and it's okay to have hope, and you kind of have to have it in order to get yourself through whatever your situation is." The actress also gushed over the fact that her daughters were able to watch her in a movie. For Hannigan, it was a really special experience. She told Screen Rant, "Oh, this is absolutely their favorite. It was just like maybe the greatest gift I've gotten as an actress and a mom. They genuinely loved it, and not because I'm in it." In 2016, Hannigan and her husband bought a home in Encino, California for $7.95 million. According to the Los Angeles Times, the purchase was a record for San Fernando Valley real estate prices. The home was built in 2001 and is situated on 3 acres with stately oaks, palms, and fruit trees. Before purchasing their pad in Encino, Hannigan and Denisof put their home in Santa Monica up for lease and listed their Brentwood house for $8.7 million. The couple sold the iconic property in Encino, known as the Sherman Residence, in 2022 for a whopping $16 million, which set yet another San Fernando Valley real estate record. In 2021, Hannigan revealed that her Encino home was used as the set for the last season of the NBC family drama This Is Us. The actress said that she and her husband knew their new home had been previously used as a movie set, but hadn't planned on renting it out as a filming location. Hannigan joked on The Michelle Collins Show,
"I think my house resume is probably longer than mine."
Hannigan began voice acting early on in her career, taking parts in Rugrats and The Wild Thornberrys. She then continued lending her voice to many productions over the years. Hannigan voiced multiple characters in 3 episodes of American Dad and also appeared in an episode of The Simpsons. Furthermore, Hannigan was such a fan of the Fancy Nancy book that she asked her agent to reach out to the show's creators after hearing it was going to be adapted into an animated series. Although she offered to play the dog Frenchie, Hannigan was cast as Claire Clancy in 57 episodes of Fancy Nancy. It was the first time she was cast as a series regular on an animated series. Hannigan told Paste magazine, "My whole life, I've always wanted to do cartoons, and I don't think I was actually really good at it until I became a mother." In recent years, Hannigan branched out from acting and became a television host. In 2016, she started hosting the CW reality show Penn and Teller Fool Us. Hannigan wasn't sure she would be a good host, but she was a big fan of Penn Jillette, having previously worked with him. She gushed to TV Insider, "To work with living legends and to watch my kids get to learn their first magic tricks from Teller, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience." Hannigan also hosted the Food Network's Girl Scout Cookie Championship in 2020. On the show, professional bakers compete in a cookie decorating contest. Describing herself as a crafting junkie, Hannigan was asked by E! News if she would ever consider joining the competition. The actress admitted, "I doubt it because I take so long. I would crumble under the pressure." Hannigan then became the host of the Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins competition, where sculptors transform pumpkins into incredible pieces of art. The How I Met Your Mother actress loves Halloween and was inspired by the contestants, telling the New York Post, "My carving skills aren't the best part of my Halloween decor because I haven't focused on it enough. But this show has inspired me to up my game and it's taught me so many great new tricks." In 2023, Hannigan became a contestant on season 32 of Dancing with the Stars. All of her performances showed just how much she enjoyed dancing with her partner, Sasha Farber, as well as the dance routines. From her Halloween-themed nod to Buffy the Vampire Slayer to a Beauty and the Beast-themed jazz performance, Hannigan brought her A-game to the competition.
I came in knowing I didn't know how to dance, but then the second day I was like, oh, I don't know how to learn anything new either.
Hannigan's dedication to the show was made even more clear when she danced her way through an intense migraine. She told Entertainment Weekly, "I didn't realize migraines can also cause you to just throw up anything in your body." The actress might not be taking as many acting jobs as she once did, but it's clear she enjoyed throwing herself into the dance contest. Alyson Hannigan has clearly transformed over the years. In the years after Buffy ended, we've watched her become a confident actress, wife, mother, television host, and dancing diva, proving Hannigan might have even more hidden talents to share with fans.